What's going on, guys? My name's Hentai Senpai, and this is my podcast. So I don't really have a name for this podcast, so right now we're just gonna go with Hentai Senpai's podcast. Okay, so let me get into this. I'm 21 years old. I live in California. I'm currently rebuilding my 2001 Honda Accord. Just little issues here and there. I'm currently making it a total Bippu inspired car, which means like VIP luxury, as well as kind of bigger body car. Um, I do not like to call my Accord VIP because I don't see Accords as VIP. I see more Toyotas, like as in the bigger bodies, like the LS400 or the GS400. I see those as VIP cars. My car, I'm just saying it's a Bippu inspired car because I am trying to be that, but I'm not gonna be that. If that makes sense, because I'm adding my own twist on it. As well as let's just go on from this point. I'm I'm currently struggling with depression and bipolar disorder, and that's mainly why I'm struggling with writing this or making this podcast, I should say. Doing this podcast, I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone by speaking to many people about my illness and telling people, hey, I'm cool just like everyone else. I'm not just a whacked out dude who does stupid shit. Like, I'm just a normal dude who likes cars and likes anime and likes to have fun with my friends. Okay, so let me get this started. I'm starting this also because I do want to set a foot in the door for people with mental healthness, something like that. But mental health issues, so that way we can, start becoming a normal thing, and we can also help each other. So if you guys are listening to this and you guys don't deal with that, I wouldn't say stop listening to this because you can also take helpful tips from this to help your friends who are. And I'm just saying because there's a lot of people who have it and don't want to talk about it. They hide the shell and all this stuff. I used to in high school. A lot of times I would just sit there, not say words or anything because I was always going through like a constant battle in my head. And now I learned talking about it has actually helped me a lot. And I'm starting to get not over it, but get through it, if you understand. Because getting over something means that you don't want to go through the problem, so you just jump over it. Like having bagged guys, or you go through it like static people and bump through the problem. If you see a speed bump coming through, you ain't gonna hit a switch to lift the car up. You're gonna swing that bitch and fucking hit it full force. You may fuck something up, but you can fix it because that's who you are. So I hope you like my analogy, I guess you could say, my analogy, metaphor, or something like that, whatever the hell it is. All right, so that's that. Okay. Second thing, I love cars. You guys know that cars are my thing. Static boy forever. Blah blah. Whatever the case is. Currently rebuilding my 2001 Accord. Currently got clear tail lights and clear headlights. I'm redoing the motor and trans swap right now. I'm going through a lot with the car, so please be patient. I'm hoping to come back in a couple podcasts and tell you guys, hey, I got my car running. Went for the first drive. Blah blah blah. I can't wait to tell you guys that. That's gonna be awesome. Also, I'm from a channel called Broke Boys. Broke Boys has been my best friends for a couple years now. We have gone through so much together. We've done a lot together. Like Andy's the one who started the channel with David and Leo. They've all gone through their own cars. They've all gone through their own things. Joseph, Joseph Marcel. They've gone through their cars. Joseph had a Prelude and went to an IS 300. Marcel had a Civic, went to an TL, I believe, first gen TL, and then he went to like Cressida. Then he went back to a Civic. I was so happy when he went back to the Civic, and then he did the whole Domani front end. It was just crazy. So now he's parting out the car, and he's looking to get another car soon. I'm really excited for what he's gonna get next. I can't reveal that because I don't know if he has. So you know, that's where we go from there. Yes, I mean, and then Jose has his filming. I'm happy that Jose started his filming because his Instagram is Matt Helix, I believe. And he started this filming. He's getting super good at it, and I want you guys to go check him out as well. Let's see. That's where I get off with cars. You guys can watch the car stuff on there, and then me and my friends will talk about it on this podcast. We will all get together and talk shit, whatever, answer questions, all that. The next thing, Anime. I love anime. I really fucking do. It's like something that really has come a long way in my life. Like from I first started watching anime when I was like 6 or 7 years old. My dad's old boss had ended up giving me a whole box full of Dragon Ball Z tapes and Pokemon tapes, and that's how I got into it. And I know a lot of people say that Pokemon isn't really considered anime anymore since it's so Americanized, blah blah. Well, Dragon Ball Z is still considered an anime, so fuck you guys. So Dragon Ball Z was like my stepping stone into the anime world. I started off by watching all the cassette tapes on movies, and then I started watching all the episodes. Um, it was kind of weird because I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I just watched Dragon Ball Z. Never, I had never watched Dragon Ball until a couple years ago. I had actually watched the full series and I fell in love with it because I thought it was so badass. Goku taking on the Red Ribbon Army, and then eventually, everyone knows the story, defeating Piccolo and all that. Well, all right, so Dragon Ball Super has a current another movie coming out. They're gonna come out with a movie called Broly, which they're reinventing the character of Broly, which I think is super badass because considering the fact that I would always choose Broly to play as on Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi and all that stuff, or Tenkaichi. I never knew how to say it, but all those games I would always play Broly because Broly was just like one of the strongest guys. It was either Broly or Goku. I would always choose Super Saiyan 2 Goku or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Gogeta. Um, Also, now that they're reinventing this character, I think it's pretty cool because, they're gonna make him canon, and that's something that's gonna be really badass because we could actually see how our heroes, Goku, Vegeta, you know, uh, even Frieza now. I wouldn't consider Frieza a hero, but Frieza, all of them, they're all gonna be, considered battling Broly and all that stuff. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Another favorite anime of mine is Yu Yu Hakusho, which is a kid who ends up getting killed on accident and ends up getting brought back by the gods or demons or I forgot the spirits, something like that. And he ends up they end up telling him you can only come back if you become a spirits detective, and you have to like arrest ghosts and all that stuff, like take down apparitions. And he takes a job and he ends up going through like a couple tournaments, and it's just really heartwarming because it's something that you can relate to because it's just a kid who's like a total punk, and he loves this girl who they've been best friends since they were kids. The whole like all the characters are just totally lovable. And then I also love Naruto. If you don't love Naruto, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Cause look, you're gonna tell me that Itachi can just fucking take over your whole body with just like a simple glance. Fuck y'all. Like that's some G shit. Okay, that's some total G shit right there. Another thing is, I also started My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is like has that Naruto vibe because they do interact with all the characters, not just the main character. They do have other characters who are stronger than the main character. He looks up to somebody as Naruto did. He has that. He was kind of the outsider because he didn't have a quirk, and a quirk is like a superpower. It's a really good anime. I 100% recommend it. It's really really good. Another thing. So I've been talking about cars and I've been talking about anime and I've been talking about myself. I want you guys to understand. I'm going to be very active with my following. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram at Monster or on Twitter at Monster as well, it's kind of just I do a lot of interacting with people on there, like with from the Broke Boys channel, with people who follow me and stuff like that. So honestly, like I'm very interactive with people, and I love talking to people. So this podcast is gonna be cool. So if you want to ask me questions on there to address them on the podcast, personally, I would. I really would. I think it would be pretty cool. Um, hopefully later down the line, we could get this bigger and we could start doing more things with this. I'm gonna have people on the show or on the podcast, like guys from Broke Boys, random friends that I have that are into cars or are into anime. I have friends that do a bunch of stuff that help me, became helped me became who I am is what I can say. Well, until next time, guys, thank you for listening, and hopefully catch you guys next time.